I want to discuss modern feminism. Will you let me do that? Because I believe the term feminist has been turned on its head greatly. Now, this is the official definition of feminism: the advocacy of women's rights on the basis of the equality of the sexes. So, this is the advancement of women's rights, women's advancement, because people feel, and rightly so, that women had been held back in the past. So we have feminists, traditional feminists, to see the advancement of women, to get them a little closer to men, which is a worthy cause. But here's where things get tricky. Modern day feminism has turned the noble feminist cause into a joke. And I can tell you with certainty that the traditional feminists are rolling in their graves right this very second. And this is a quote from someone on Facebook. "Cheers to modern day feminism. A man beats the hell out of a woman, and the feminists and the LGBT movement applauds for his incredible bravery." Now, you might be asking, what the hell are you talking about? Well, I'm talking about a man named Mack Beggs. Now, I don't want people to go looking for this guy and, attack him or anything, because I actually don't blame him. I actually blame the system in Texas. So what I'm talking about is transgender male wrestler wins the Texas state championship, a female wrestling state championship. Now this guy is built, he hasn't even gotten the sex change yet. He hasn't even received the sex change yet. The article says he's in the process of transitioning from a man into a woman. He is still built like a man. He is still a man. Nothing in his body has changed. They say he's taking low testosterone. That don't mean anything. He is built like a man, physically. He still has his you-know-what. So, let's read this article. For the second year in a row, a transgender wrestler has won the Texas Girls Class 6A 110-pound division. Now, I'm not going to say transgender wrestler. I'm going to say, for the second year in a row, a man has won the Texas Girls Class 6A 110-pound division. That's wrestling. So a man who is built like a man, and you feminists out there, you going to tell me, oh, well, it doesn't matter if he's a man or not. It matters. If you're going to tell me that men and women are built the same, there is something so wrong with you that I actually feel bad for myself to be sharing the same planet with you. Mack Beggs, and you're going to learn in a few seconds why I don't blame this individual, why I blame the system. Mack Beggs, an 18-year-old senior near Dallas, entered the tournament in Cyprus outside of Houston with an undefeated record. He beats Chelsea Sanchez, who he beat for the title in 2017 last year in the final match. Beggs is in the process of transitioning from female to male, and he is taking low-dose testosterone. It was his steroid therapy treatments while wrestling girls that stirred a fierce debate about competitive fairness and transgender rights last season. Beggs had asked to wrestle in the boys' division, but the rules for Texas public high schools require athletes to compete under the gender on their birth certificate. So I don't know what happened. I'm guessing he may have changed his birth certificate. I don't know what he did. I guess he says, oh, I'm transgender now. I'm not a man, I'm transgender. But here's the thing that I don't understand. These LGBT people and these feminist people are saying that there's many different sexes. Men, female, transgender, trans questioning, this and that, okie dokie, all over the place. So, even if that were true, which I am saying right now, it's not true. There are only two genders. You want to come tear me up? Go ahead. I'm in Oshawa, Ontario, right across from Durham College. You want to come tear me up for saying that there's more than two genders? Please just do it right now and let's get it over with. Because the more I hear people say, oh, Michael, how dare you say there's more than two genders? The more my brain just says, please take a bullet to my head and just shoot me and I can end this, and I don't have to listen to this madness anymore. So if you want to come kill me right now for saying there's more than, for saying there's not more than two genders, just come and do it right now, please. Don't threaten me, just do it if you got the balls to do it. But there's not more than two genders. There's man and female. But even if there were more than two genders, he is transgender, and he's competing in a woman's wrestling match. Maybe they should create a transgender wrestling competition and have all the transgender people, whatever that means, and the trans questioning people and all the other different people in the different matches. Why are you putting a transgender in female and having him tear up all the females? And then all the feminists are saying, oh, how great this is, how wonderful this is, how beautiful. But it's a fraud. He's built like a man. And he's killing up all these women. He's tearing them up limb from limb. And he won last year too. So, I mean, what Texas needs to do is say, you compete under your gender. You can't be transgender and be going into the women's wrestling match. You can't do that. There was another case where a transgender beat women in a weightlifting competition. And then you had a transgender win Woman of the Year or some foolishness like that. Who was that again? What was his name again? The most... Jenner. Caitlyn Jenner. But she's not she's a different gender. She's trans. He's trans. He's not a she. You're mixing up everything now. You're saying that there are more than two genders. But then Caitlyn Jenner's not a woman then. He is or she is a transgender. That's a different gender according to you. So why is she being Woman of the Year? Or he, whatever. Why is he Woman of the Year? Women is a different gender. And he, according to you, is a transgender. This Matt Beggs guy is transgender. Why is he in women's? But what really gets to me, I don't blame this poor guy. I think he's mentally ill. You know, I'm sure I'm going to get some people in there now. I'm going to look up whoever this Matt Biggs guy is, and I'm going to throw a fiery stone through his window. Don't do that. Why would you do that? Why would you do that, fool? I think he's mentally ill. I think all these people are mentally ill as far as I'm concerned. I think you are crazy. And now, can you imagine in this world that if I tell you you're crazy for thinking that you are a woman when you are a man, I could get sued, I could lose my job, I could get all this bad stuff would happen to me. And the Mac Daddy will probably put me in jail. Justin Trudeau. He'll probably put me in jail now. You'll see me locked up for saying that there are only two genders. You watch. You watch. The police probably come through this door right now. How strange. That's why I say, if you want to come kill me, just do it so I can escape this madman world. But then how are the feminists now saying that this is so wonderful? This is so beautiful. Matt Beggs, he is such a great person. This is such a great day for feminists. True feminists should be weeping over this. They should be sobbing and weeping and crying at the fact that still somebody who hasn't even gotten the sex change, yet could be allowed to compete in women's wrestling as a man, built like a man, and slaughter all those women and win. And feminists are cheering that? That's why all these feminists, those old feminists back in the olden days, they're rolling in their graves. Those sister suffragettes, they're rolling in their graves right now. You dig up one of those sister suffragettes from 1910 and 1911, and you tell them that a man who says he's a woman, who hasn't even gotten the surgery to be a woman, was allowed to compete in women's wrestling and beat all the women and win not once but twice, they will tell you to just kill them right now so they can go right back in their grave. They would be crying. They are rolling in their caskets. This is a disaster. The feminist movement, the word feminism has forever been destroyed. It's gone. Because the modern day feminists are an embarrassment to the word feminist, which is a noble cause, I believe. I don't care, some of you out there, don't say anything good about the word feminism. It was never good. No, I believe that when a race or a gender has been held back because of the system, the laws, when women weren't allowed to work, women weren't allowed to vote, yada yada, I believe that you do need a movement to help that race or gender climb the ladder, just like black people. But this is let's give an example. If I, as a black person, apparently now there's something called trans race now. So I don't know if somebody who was white said, I think I'm black, earned Black Man of the Year instead of an actual black, I would jump off the wall, and I think most black people would too. Oh boy, yes they would. Oh yo. I honestly think that Black Lives Matter would agree with me on that one. I honestly think so. I honestly think black people, you can say whatever you want about black people, they have pride. They won't allow somebody who's not really black, who says they're black, get Black Man of the Year or Black Woman of the Year. Hell no. So why are women allowing this? Women should be marching up and down the streets of America, of Texas cities, demanding to put a stop to this foolishness. This is pure foolishness. I don't care what you want to say to me. There's nothing you can say to me. We may have our disagreements on politics and whatever, but there is no way on God's green earth that somebody is going to be able to get away with telling me that it is okay for a man who hasn't even gotten the sex change to go into women's wrestling and beat up all them women and win, and that's okay. That's not okay. You'll never get away with that. That's just it's just like saying that the sky is green. You could probably get away with saying that more than saying that a man who is not a woman, who hasn't even gotten the sex change to be a woman, can be accepted into women's wrestling, beat them all, and win when he's built like a man. That's unacceptable. This is the Iranian nation.